So, I think I'm gonna be a mom. Not like a regular mom, which I already am, but somehow I wound up with a tarantula that's pregnant. And you know what the stupid thing is I really don't even like spiders that much. Like, I'm not into them. I'm not like loving them. So, this is happening. I mean, you can't see her that well, but she's in there holding that sack. Ugh. Just like judging me like I'm the one. Look at the size of that thing. Okay, let's talk about this truthfully, how it happened. Take a seat. Yeah, tell him I'll be there in a minute. Okay, I just got to do this recording thing. Yeah. Hey guys, am I in? Is this good? Yeah. All right, oh, just look right here. Okay. Okay, well, let's begin. My name's Jody, and I am a soon-to-be spider mom. I live in this ridiculously huge house because my husband's a home builder, and I have 3 lovely children that I love so much, real children. Yeah, my life has kind of just come to this. Story time. I didn't really want a spider as a pet. It wasn't my first choice, for sure. I went to a pet store one day to get something for my dog. I was looking around and I saw this really cute little spider. And I was like, why is that cute? I don't even think that they're cute. And it was black and it had pink toes and it was just sticking its legs up on the enclosure. And I looked at it and I thought, And I've been watching Lucas the Spider with my kid, and my kid's name's Lucas. So I thought that'd be kind of a cool pet. As I was thinking about it, I was thinking, I wonder how much maintenance a spider is. So that was kind of the end of that. I left the store. I took a picture, sent it to my husband as a joke. Later that week, we went out to dinner as a family, and I was thinking, let's stop by and look at that spider. So we did. I wanted something very low maintenance. I was like, okay, let me ask about this. I don't want to feed it really, and you got to feed animals 1 cricket a week, maybe. Maybe it won't eat. Do they stink? Nope, they don't stink. They don't really have a smell at all. They put out a pheromone, but you don't smell that. It's undetectable. And I thought, okay, so what about cleaning it? How about cleaning that cage? And the lady at the pet store was like, oh, they're super easy. If you do a bioactive tank, then everything's live. So you have live plants in there, you have soil, you have everything growing. You can get little tiny microscopic bugs that go in there and they will eat the mold. They will eat the spider poop, and it'll clean itself, basically. It's a little bit hard to get going, but once it gets going, like easy breezy. I'm thinking, okay, this is pretty easy. They don't stink. I barely have to feed it. I don't have to touch it. I asked her, I'm like, do I have to touch this thing? I don't want to touch it. And she said, no, you don't even have to touch them. We actually recommend you don't touch them because it stresses them out. And if you're not good with spiders, you definitely don't want to touch it. And I'm like, oh. So I can just look at this thing. And the selling part that got me was that pheromone that they put out that's undetectable to humans wards off other spiders from your house. I'm like, no more spiders in my house. Plus, I have this cool one that I can look at. My kids will think it's cool. I'll make a little bioactive tank with all the little trees and crap in there. I'm like, oh, perfect. And then we can go on vacation, it was gonna be perfect. So we walked out with the spider that day. The pet store was like, she's a juvenile, which means she's not very old. She's like almost a sub-adult, but not quite an adult. And, you'll watch her grow, she'll molt. So the biggest thing I was looking forward to is watching the molt. And they molt, I'm not even sure how often. That's how much I know about spiders. I'm not even sure. Like 8 weeks ago. She started to come down from the top of her enclosure down to the bottom. And she started to web. She started to web this cool web, and she was like getting on the ground and enclosing herself, and it was so cool. My kids were enamored. I was enamored. I was like, oh, this is freaking sweet. So 3 days ago, maybe 4 now, she laid this cool looking hammock. And I read all up on this hammock, that they lay a silk hammock out, they lay on it, it's moist, and they melt, right? So I'm like, it's happening. I get on Instagram, I'm like, hey friends, my spider's gonna molt. This is so cool. This is her hammock, I'll keep you posted. And that was it. That afternoon, the very afternoon my kids came home from school, she rolled her little hammock up into her. And me thinking, okay, she's a juvenile. Juveniles don't lay eggs. I got her from a pet store. Why would she be pregnant? Like, why? I'm like, okay, whatever. She's just laying a cushion. Maybe not a hammock. Maybe it's a little cushion she sits on, right? Next morning, my cleaners came over. And my wonderful cleaner, her name's Stephanie, I love her to death. She looked at this little tarantula and she said, oh, that's an egg nest. I'm like, she's like, that's an egg nest. I kind of looked at your video yesterday and then I just did a weird deep dive into spiders and that's how they start their egg nest. So you probably want to get that from them before they hatch. And I was like, what? What's going on? What do you mean? Like an egg nest? She's a juvenile. She can't lay eggs. Okay. How many baby tarantulas come in each egg sac? 300. 300? That can't be right. There's no way. 300? There can't be right. Immediately, I'm on my phone. How often do baby tarantulas escape from their enclosures? You know, just Googling everything. Okay, so I have a chance. From this to that, how old are the spiders, when they can actually web a nest, you know, will it hatch, how long till it hatches, is there such thing as a fake nest, all of it. I Google everything, I do a whole deep dive, and sure enough, she's definitely got a nest. And the pet store lied to me, she's not a juvenile, she's definitely an adult spider, female, which I didn't know for sure. So as I'm Googling everything, you know, in the front of my mind, I am terrified. I'm like, oh, no. In the back of my mind, though, I'm thinking, you know, these spiders are worth probably 10, 20 bucks a pop at least. You know, I got mine for 30 from the pet store. And I know how many spiders come in these egg sacs because I'm Googling this. And I'm like, am I sitting on a gold mine here? And why would somebody throw away an egg sac that's worth thousands of dollars just because they're scared of spiders, right? The more I thought about it, I was like, maybe I'm in a overrated. Maybe I am. So I'm frantic and I'm looking into anybody that I can talk to about this spider nest. Finally, I get a hold of this wonderful local, it's him and his wife, and they're breeders and they're tarantula rescuers. While I'm talking to them, I'm asking them all the questions. They told me that the pet store that I got it from do catch their tarantulas wild. They're wild caught, which means she could have very well been impregnated a year ago and just laid herself. Because spiders actually hold sperm in their bodies, I guess, for weeks, months, sometimes a year. So it could be a viable sac. Sometimes my kind of spider, I don't know. This just shows you how much I know about them. They lay phantom sacs. So he said that that's a possibility too. That might even be a higher possibility. So the plan of action is to wait 30 days. I'm going to let her have her little eggs, her sac in there for 30 days. If she has not abandoned her sac, then this gentleman and his wife will come and help me extract this egg sac. Then we will open it up and see if it's viable. And if it's viable, we'll go from there. And that's the plan. If she abandons it before then, I can take it out and dissect it and discard it because it's not a good sac. I'm not really sure if I'm going to be a spider mom yet. It's kind of exciting if she does have eggs are babies. But it's also very terrifying because thinking of thousands, maybe thousands of spiders, tarantulas in my home, kind of freaks me a little bit. I'm going to kind of go with this. So hopefully everybody here will go on this journey with me. I'm going to be setting up a live feed and everybody can watch this little sack with my little spider and see if she discards it or if she sits on it for 30 days. So follow my feed and subscribe to follow my story. And it's going to be an adventure. It's going to be fun and exciting. And I hope you guys all would like to watch with me. There's also going to be more things coming because I have decided to adopt a little jumping spider. They are the puppies of the spider world, I hear. And I don't know anything about them. So I am currently making an enclosure. I'm going to kind of show you guys that and keep you posted. So come on with me on my spider journey. And let's see if these babies hatch, huh? Oh, they're gonna hatch. Yeah. Guaranteed we're gonna have babies. I hope so. I kind of hope so. I'm kind of invested now. Don't touch it, kids. Don't look at her. Just go about your day. Like and subscribe and comment below if you think that these babies are going to survive or if it's a fantasy. Do you think I've been overrated? Okay, is that a wrap? We good? That's a wrap? Oh, yeah, that wasn't so hard. Yeah, I could do this. I could do this.